So Kendall Jenner has just started her first ever Pepsi advert, and it is not going down well. Many people have taken issue with the way that Pepsi has used the language and the imagery of protest movements to sell a can of fizzy drink.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
I do.
Your friendly neighborhood.
Not to have to fucking rehash this conversation, but because we've been away,
yeah,
we have to address this though. And I want to see what you actually think about it, because we haven't really spoke about it in depth too tough. Even though I've seen you take the fucking piss, obviously, on that Facebook group we have.
Yeah.
But yeah, this bitch, this advert, Pepsi, what the fuck? Are you offended?
No, I am and I'm not, because I feel like, obviously, I'm offended because I feel like they've obviously used serious protest and genuine, social issues that we have to sell cola, which is fucked up. But I'm not pissed in terms of the fact that actually, because the way in which everyone, bro, like the perfect example, as you just mentioned, you just said that you said the brand. I'm gonna do my utmost not to say the brand name, because I feel like that's what they want, really. Because I feel like actually, bro, like you gotta remember this advert and how it was received worldwide. It was the best marketing campaign I've ever seen. So, bro, like their sales have gone through, because everyone whether you're horrified about it or not, everyone's talking about it.
And it was just made a joke as well, which for them. Before we get into it, we're fucking into it. We're just talking about it. But my thing that I want to address straight up is that they obviously know what they were doing, right? Like that has to go through so many fucking people for them to okay and be like, this is a fucking good idea. So obviously everyone fucking gets that, okay, we're fucking pushing the mark out there. This could go bad or it could go fucking amazing. They definitely, because I've heard people argue that, oh man, that like they really didn't think they were doing anything bad, and I was like, what the fuck, are you nuts? No, you think these motherfuckers that have literally got scientists to work out our behaviors and shit to advertise to us ain't gonna know what's about to happen with this fucking clip?
They literally were. There were 100, and that's the thing which I find quite frustrating, because when everyone's been, even if people have been sharing it in horror to be like, this is disgusting, I can't believe they're trivializing like Black Lives Matter and whatever else, you're still. Okay, first and foremost, Pepsi's not going to leave the shelves. Ain't no one really, they try to say boycott Pepsi, but realistically, who's boycott? Do you know what I mean? Like, and Pepsi obviously own other brands and whatever else. Do you know what I mean? It's not going anywhere, right? And what it was probably some of the best advertising that I've seen in the last 10 years, because it was on every news publication, it was on everything. Do you know what I mean? Like SNL did like a deep parody about it, but it was, the whole thing is that, like, do you know what I mean? Like I get the feeling like, if it was something that was actually genuinely done and that people had thought about it and got it wrong, they'd have been like, people would refer to it as like, soda brand make this mistake or whatever else. But everyone has been saying the name of the brand throughout the entire time. And that for them is just helping their sales go skyrocket.
But do you not think that it could have gone the other way as well though?
What do you mean?
Do you think that it could have just not panned out for it? Because everyone wasn't like, because no one was really saying boycott Pepsi, were they? There was a couple of people outraged.
No, it was on Twitter, boycott Pepsi.
No, but I think there was a bit of an outrage, yeah. But after the outrage or the initial kind of triggered people fucking like, after it hit them and they fucking yelled loud and whatever, it died down and then became a meme, and then became this funny thing where it's like, now I'm going to joke about any fucking serious issue, I'm just going to bring a Pepsi in there. So everyone was fucking memeing it. So it became from this fucking serious thing for 2 days to then it being the fucking biggest joke of the fucking year.
Bro,
so I'm saying to you, like, in actual fact, even though I think they knew what they were doing, it was one of them risks where obviously working out, you fucking hit the jackpot. But if it didn't work out, it could have been like a boycott Pepsi thing for real. And if the world really felt like they were actually really racially offensive, then it could have actually been that.
No, bro, like Pepsi have seen, I hate saying the brand.
Nigga, you said it.
I know. This soda brand, this cola brand.
You're in the Matrix, nigga, just do it.
Bleep that out, because I never said it.
You're in the Matrix, nigga. I'm going to put a fucking Pepsi can right up instead every time they fucking say it.
Bro, like, obviously they've seen all the memes that have come out of this whole thing. They knew that was going to happen, because they actually know. And let's be frank, Black Twitter is probably the most culturally important place in the world. And if you and the thing is that people will be horrified about it, and then people will just straight up and down start making jokes about it. Like, no matter what happens, do you know what I mean? Like you know,
Yeah.
I it's quite sad almost that in 2018 memes are all we have. Well, 2017 even. I don't know if I knew what year it was.
Look at the future, nigga.
Yeah, bro, like, memes are all we've got. And it's like sometimes I literally will go scroll through Twitter or like Instagram and be like, and I'm like, actually, no, this is actually like a serious issue. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, like I saw, do you know that old school Jay-Z meme where he's doing that,
And he looks up at the sky.
And it was saying, oh, you know, when you're listening to that new Kendrick, but you're also waiting for a World War strike. And it's like, bro, because that's a real thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, Trump is just straight up bombing anyone, like anything going.
my God.
And it's like, so for me, I just feel like, again, with that soda brand and their advert, they knew that it was going to end up in memes, and they knew that the cam was going to get photoshopped into all these things or whatever else. And the exposure level is through the roof. Do you know what I mean? Because, bro, like, let's be real. There are some people who are at home like, oh, man, like, that advert was stupid. But you better believe they're still drinking a Pepsi-related drink by the time they, you know what I mean? Like, I can't think that I've purposely bought a Pepsi, but last night I drank a whole bunch of brandy and Cokes. I didn't check to see whether it was Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Do you know what I mean? So I might have been drinking Pepsi last night. I don't even know.
We're living in a weird fucking age, man. Like, it's literally fucking bizarre as shit. Just as like what age we're living in. But also, this is another thing with that advert for me is that because people are like, oh, Kendall Jenner. Is it Kendall Jenner? What's her name, man?
I think, yeah.
Because I don't know
Yeah.
these motherfucking Kardashians like that, man. I just know Kim because she got a fat ass.
Yeah,
I know Chloe because everyone's dissing for being ugly and shit.
The Kim tape is a lot.
And I've seen it, but it's Kim Kardashian's just paying, man. She's just fucking hot. Like,
I mean,
this is like, I don't give a fuck.
She's like at the top of that racial ambiguous pile of like
Jesus
where does she
fucking
come
super
from?
hot.
But yeah,
But I don't
go
care
on.
about
So
that nigga just sidetracks. Well, I literally forgot what the fuck was going on for like 10 seconds.
You said Kendall Jenner, but I think again in that situation they picked one of the most vapid people in society and put them in the advert because they just knew. They literally were just like, if we put a talentless boob in this video, people will be even more horrified. And like the Asian guy who's playing the cello, the woman with the hijab who's the photographer. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God.
and flipping the riot so safe join the conversation. We're all about love.
But should we be pissed off with her though? Because for some reason she's fucking escaping the fucking criticism, and like I don't know how, but she's escaping that shit like a fucking Neo and shit.
Bro, what would have happened?
No one ain't saying shit about her.
What would have happened is that Pepsi would have, God damn it, then this soda brand would have sent her agent a request and been like, do you want $500,000 or however much you got paid to be in this advert? She'd have gone in for a meeting and been like, yeah. She didn't care about any of this stuff. She didn't care about if they'd have said, shoot cans of it out of your vagina, she would have done it. Because for her, it's just a paycheck. She didn't care about any of this. She didn't care about
No, but what I'm
anything.
saying to you though,
So I'm not mad at her.
I can imagine
'cause
that being
she took the
another
money.
artist or another celebrity, them doing some sort of kind of like politically motivated advert now, yeah. It turning out the way this fucking Pepsi thing didn't turn out now, yeah. And them fucking careers ending because motherfuckers are, oh my God, I can't believe you did this. I can't believe you would fucking marginalize or fucking disparage the Black Lives Matter movement, all that shit. If that was someone else, I don't know who the fuck I could think of, but if that was someone else that wasn't a fucking 20-year-old Kardashian, they might have fucking had their career ended because of that fucking stupid move right there.
But you got to remember that careers, in terms of the way in which we understand them, from the way in which the age in which we grew up, is very, very different. So if you look at the way in which teenagers deal with their stars and what have you, they don't care about any of that, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? They legitimately don't. Like, bro, like let's remember when we was a kid, yeah, right. When I was a kid, I don't know if you remember this. Flipping Richard Bacon, yeah, he was a Blue Peter presenter at the time, and he got caught doing coke in a nightclub, which, you know, that was his trade, and that ended his career, right? But you can nowadays you can kind of, and again you got to think that her audience, they don't care about these issues. Do you know what I mean? Like, her audience and the people who watch her television show or care about her makeup brand or whatever else, they don't care about any of these things. So her career will always be fine, and she'll always be able to eat.
Fair point.
Because these people, they don't care. Like, you know, they might see the jokes and they might see the memes or whatever else, but like,
Probably don't even get it.
bro, yeah, like
imagine the kids.
If you're like a
not-
20-year-old, you know, chick from Michigan or whatever else, and you just think she's pretty, and you look on her Instagram and she's got all these cool products, and she's got like car. That's, you know what I mean? Like it's nonsense times a billion. So if your career is built on nonsense, if you do nonsense, it's not gonna undermine your career, is it? Do you know what I mean? So like, know what, like bro, like. But I don't know what she's done before that advert. I have no idea of her previous. The only thing I know about her is that her dad used to be Bruce Jenner, an Olympian who's now Caitlyn Jenner. That's all I know. That's all I know about her. Legitimately, that's all I know. That's all I know. Yeah, right. And obviously, that's her father, right? Or maybe her uncle. I don't even know. That's all I know. So I'm saying that for people like myself and yourself and whoever else who care about culture to a certain extent, she doesn't exist in our world. So what she does past this point, do you know what I mean? Like her career is irrelevant.
Okay. For me, it was interesting in terms of like how Pepsi. All right, how this fucking Coke brand,
This soda brand.
soda brand, whatever, fucking. It was interesting for me how they, I guess, decided to adopt a political, like, premise of this advert, because that for me was like a bigger fuck you or a bigger insult to those who are kind of politically motivated. Because for me, all these motherfucking brands doing that, yeah, is look to see what the coolest thing they think that demographic is doing and try and tap into that through the form of fucking like visual movement. You know what I'm saying?
You're literally
motion picture.
You're literally hitting on the head what when we post when we discuss in the Facebook group. Mark Harris, key bad man. He just said, obviously, when they think about it, they think, well, this is going to go away. So how can we make money out of it? Simple as that. Like, how can we monetize? Like people aren't going to stop protesting or whatever else, or people being upset about it, you know, like social issues or whatever else. So how can we monetize? You know what I mean? Like, let's not pretend that it's going away. Like, you know, we even see that now in this country over here with grime music. So for years and years and years, brands have been ignoring, and there are still certain brands who are ignoring grime stars who wear their clothing or whatever else and don't want to give it. But most brands now are like, these N-words ain't going away. So we better start cutting checks.
These negroids ain't going
They ain't
nowhere.
going nowhere. So we better start cutting. And so obviously, it's the same concept. The way in which Pepsi looked at it, they probably had like a meeting of like 30 people. They all sat around and then you know, like someone put up, someone's like, you know, we should do this, we should do that.
Should
And
connect
someone
with
was
the youths because everyone's like political right now and
yeah,
shit.
like, they would have had a very, very.
But that's what I'm saying. But
definitive
that's for me. That's what I'm saying is in terms of like the more politically motivated counterparts should be actually like, Pepsi, you're taking a fucking piss, because it's almost kind of like they're saying that protesting is just fashionable now. It doesn't do anything. So I'm saying to you, like, literally, protesting doesn't do shit. That's the fucking point of the advert. Like, it literally does zero in terms of how the modern day protesting in this country is anyway.
Hold on. She diffuses all the angst with a delicious beverage.
But I'm saying, for them to trivialize it like that means that protesting is just a fashionable thing now. It's not actually anything that could get you fucked up for. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like no fucking politicians are afraid for their life. No fucking, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like protesters just doesn't feel scary anymore. Doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like, oh shit, we don't want them to protest no more. It's almost kind of like, you know what, go ahead, protest. It's cool. We can contain your ass. Peaceful, yeah, man. We fucking love your peaceful protest.
I mean, for me, I guess I have to disagree. I've not been on a protest actually since the junior doctors protest, but I feel like it's what annoys me about that advert. Although I understand it's a fantastic bit of advertising and a great bit of marketing, what annoys me about the advert is that you are right. It trivializes it down to a sort of thing where people think, oh, it's just like, you know, doesn't really do anything. But the power of the people is the most important thing, and I feel like we should never forget that the power of protest is.
No. You misunderstanding what I'm saying.
But you're saying that that's what Pepsi are trying to say.
Protesting is fucking powerful.
Yeah.
If you actually, I guess, this is the thing. The power of the people is always like the strongest thing we have.
100%.
But we're so weakened by it now in terms of like it actually doesn't actually do anything because it's not real power to the people. It's like fake power. It's like I'm only gonna be a protester because it looks cool, or I can go and post Instagram pics,
you're
and I
saying
can go and fucking talk to my friends and sound all liberal and fucking new age and shit.
People who actually protest are just doing it.
But I'm saying it's like protesting is diluted, and I think Pepsi has seen it as that and been like protesting is just fashionable now. It doesn't actually mean anything now in terms of how it's fucking practiced in this day and age. It's like it's become mute. You know?
No, I hear what you're saying, and
for them to take it as a premise of an advert for me is like that's what it means to me. So I'm saying to you,
like,
it's fashion.
I'm going to be real with you. I hadn't considered that, and that actually makes me feel quite sad.
Yeah, but that's the point I took from it all.
Yeah, because I know I'm seeing what you're saying now. Like it's like a fashion thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like on the weekend, hit the
this is what I'm saying.
Come from the shoot, take off your hair, go to a protest, but make sure that you have a delicious beverage just in case. Do you know what I mean?
Because you gotta think, these motherfuckers these old ass motherfuckers are sitting in the room, trying to connect with the youth. And someone's like, what are these kids into? This is what these motherfuckers are saying. Like, how do we connect with these motherfucking youth? Someone's like, oh, you know what's cool right now? Protesting. Everyone loves a good fucking protest because it makes you seem powerful, makes you seem political, like charged, which I guess is synonymous with intelligence. So all these kind of things that make you feel good about being a human being now, is associated with protesting, even though protesting is really there to actually make a fucking point. It's not an image thing at all.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So I'm saying, so for them to take it as that, I'm saying, think about them in their fucking board meetings with the fucking little young interns and shit. They're like, yeah, man, I think that's really how we connect with the youth these days, man, because that protesting shit's really the shit, man. I'm telling you, man, I've been in media fucking years, man.
In my head, I feel like there was a couple of like maybe like 30s who were sat in on the meeting, and he just probably were like, no, because I think it's different because I think you're trying to say that they sat around and were like, oh, let's trivialize protest and whatever else. Whereas I think they were just like, how do we get on every new publication in the world?
No, but you see,
and how are we going to get people's backs up?
Okay, but I'm not saying them thinking, how do we trivialize this? Because what the fuck? I guess what agenda have they got in that fucking task? But they're more like, how do we tap into the youth of today? Oh, so basically what that means though is that what's cool right now? That's what that fucking means. How do we tap in means what's cool right now. So what's cool right now amongst youngsters is fucking protesting. And protesting is never supposed to be like a cool thing as opposed to say, look at me, it's an image thing. You know what I'm saying to you? It's supposed to be cool in terms of like, we're going to fucking like subvert this whole fucking establishment.
It's like a last resort, do you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be real shit. It's supposed to be like real life-changing shit.
When you're unhappy with, the people who you've elected and the way in which they're acting, and the people you reunite to say, look, we're unhappy with this. So I was like, I can hear what you're saying. But I think it was just a very well-crafted advert. Do you know what I mean?
They won.
On the world scale.
Yeah, they won.
100%. But
they fucking won.